Can I get a Mark Wobble? Alright, so habitation has been looked at, partly cleaned. There's been one fill of the pool. Let's go elsewhere. Let's see. Yep, main objective is to go to deep storage, since we do have the reconstructed voice. A bunch of other stuff that can be done in deep storage. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in going back to a couple earlier areas now. Now that the main elevator is back online, it seems like that is the moment that there's the slightest bit of freedom to wander around. Yeah, back to the Neuro Lab. Now that I know I have enough equipment to kill a Technopath. The whole lead up to Guts was a rough spot, but things seem fine now-ish. Fine adjacent. Hi. Let's talk. Right, scanned the corrupt engineer, or two, or three. You alright up there? Robots? Could go collect my fruit. Robots having a time up there. Okay, situation normal. Yeah, still have nothing for over there. Ghosts. Oh! Big! Hello! We found an adventure!
Warning. Vital signs critical.
Big! Alright, let me crunch the small fry out of the way here. Tell me about Big. Alright, it throws powerful orbs. Overwhelmingly okay, it already yep, that's a phantom but bigger. Yeah. That's just the worst. Okay, good. Good. Cool design. What does it do? Vomit rockets everywhere. That's our enemy. There's the timer. He'll give up at some point, I guess. Sitting here ready to start speaking well of things as having improved over the last arc. The game immediately, reaches through the screen and doubles down on the thing that it does most poorly. Can I at least scan the big? Can I learn about bigness? How many neuromods to become big? Never seller. Yeah, scan them. Scan them. Nightmare data. Immune to EMP and stun. Good. It's a giant super enemy that can't be stunned and vomits rockets everywhere. Homing rockets that go into corridors and downstairs. Orb's always there, though. Yeah, it's enough firepower to communicate, just don't try to fight that. But then also, I don't see any way that I would then become powerful enough to fight it someday. Like, I could have up to 3 times the amount of health that I currently have. Like, if I were somehow able to sneak up on and get the drop on the big, maybe? If it didn't just spawn in front of me as I walk out of this dead-end corridor with no options for stealthing in the open unless I am a wizard. And he throws them even if he can't see you. He's just bombarding the general vicinity.
Scan complete. More specimens required.
A design strategy of punish every possible course of action and then shrug. Close up shop. Walk away. It's kind of telling that each moment where I've thought, alright, maybe now I'm free to go wander the station a bit and, like, side quest and collect and explore. It does something to escalate. Smooth cargo. Yeah, he's still shooting. I just have one of his dead angles right now. Smooth cargo. The timer's over, but he's still there. What's the timer even mean then? He's right there. Evaded. Got him. You just stayed aggroed after losing line of sight for a full minute. Cargo, what's wrong? Come here. Cargo. 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 How? Unstick. Cargo, come on. Cargo, you have work to do. It remains
Good evening,
baffling.
Talos. Registration for the Talos Employees Talent Show is now open. See Galen in the crew quarters front desk to reserve a slot.
Every choice they've made about how to prioritize how a big throwable object should act has been wrong. Okay, now it's up. We're gonna let you buy skills to be able to throw around entire shipping containers, but then the mechanics will never allow you to get away with this scheme.
Scan complete.
Hello, Lightning Ghost.
New psionic aptitude available.
Parcel for you. What you noodling at?
Scan complete. New psionic aptitude available.
It did nothing. Some fun haver on the team came up with putting this in the game as a mechanic, and then someone else assassinated them. Did all they could to bury their work. Was too late to prevent throwable objects from being a button you can press in the game. Did everything else they could to prevent fun from escaping into the environment. Oh good, something broke a conduit. I can spend resources to fix those, and then they'll just break on their own when I'm not looking. Due to background activity. That fruit, though. The Omni fruit. Perfect organism. I'll wait until I've found all of these and then do a thing of seeking them out. Alright, I have a reason to go back to Hardware Lab. Reason to go to Psychotronics, reason to do something here in the Arboretum. Have yet to go to Cargo Bay properly. I should be able to break into Devry's office in the lobby now. Find this tree. It's in here somewhere. There was an audio log about it. One of these, but I'm not sure of which. Oh, we'll look around. There's only so many trees in here. As long as they didn't carve their initials into the back of the nightmare.
Welcome. Maybe I can help you. Diagnosing, bruising, abrasion,
May as well.
fatigue. Nothing like that. This won't take long. All done. Please fill out a patient experience questionnaire so I can serve you better next time.
This one's pretty substantial. And has this hell pit that it's sunk into. Very handsome trees.
Hello. Nice to see
Alright, so
you.
it's not that one. It's probably going to be one of the large ones. Has to be one where they'd have room to stand there. Maybe even at one of the benches?
I'll have to cut you out to save your panic.
Yeah, there's that vent you use for breaking in.
Logging self-diagnostic. List. Hippocratic definitions. Files not found. Reference. Deleted. I think the patient would benefit from a removal. Don't you?
Some decent lines.
Are you my new supervisor? You are reading my onboard memory. I should give that a look before it gets bad.
It wants to help. Robots can only help. Come here. Come here, look. I'm a patient. So much blood in me right now. You gotta fix this. Is it stuck? Come on. Come here. Doctor. The operation was a complete success. Alright. Back to checking trees. They probably wouldn't be so rude as to have them marked, like, inside of these shrubs. Resolute. At least repair packs, spare parts haven't been scarce. They fall out of all sorts of things. Finally, an enemy that properly dropped dead after being crushed by a bot. Did they offload damage math into the physics? Probably. And then from that, potentially to the extent that all sorts of jank is going to undercut what nominally should be the utility of throwing a box.
Cafeteria from 6 to 8 p.m.
Log submitted. Deploying. Scanning target. No alien material detected.
I never went down to the bridge. Oh, hi. Hmm. Maybe in by the fountains? Something in there felt pain. It's hard to get a read on, is this something that would be out of the way, or would it be very visible? Private spot they kept to themselves, or having it out in the open to be seen the whole point?
Psychotropic prescription escalation recommended.
Oh, that's a fake fountain. Well, I'm in the bridge now. Didn't want to be here.
Logging cell diagnostic. List. Tear. Analgesic. Antiseptic.
Or something resembling the bridge.
Say syringe. Say cranial lithotripsy.
Wounded health bot somewhere? May as well poke around in here. He's right as well, all the tunnels, all the utility stuff is never on the maps. You don't document these.
Logging cell diagnostic. Files corrupted. List.
The
Convalescence.
guts.
Confidentiality. Dopamine.
Successful medication. Alright, this is the other side of that access hatch from the little med bay there. Cool. Oh, that's where they keep the reployers. New tech? That's it. Picked up the cargo. It let me ghost into the cargo. And then I was holding it while inside of it. Potential. Right? Helpful supply closet. Alright, so none of this was the bridge. This just is some duct work under the Arboretum. And now it's open. Carry on the search for that tree then.
Good evening, Talos. We'd like to remind you that company policy...
Ghost Weave is very
requires you to
talkative.
log any extension of your work hours with the station culture. We know the projects aboard Talos 1 are exciting, but even the brightest minds need adequate rest.
Scanning target. No alien material detected.
Why have these already been mauled? Like what, did they take damage through the floor from that oxygen canister? The only thing I could think would have hassled them. There's no enemies out here but a single basic mime. Where you going, Crab? What are you thinking? What are you up to? What's your strategy, Crab? Where do you hope to be? Lawrence Baxter and L. Gold. There we go.
You've got me really curious.
Are you ready for your instructions, my lady?
This better not get us
Where are
into
we
trouble.
going?
Not too much trouble, anyway.
First, you must journey to the tree where we carved our initials.
And what if I bump into Julian Howard?
Run like hell. Julian the Ogre does not like people touching his trees or his fruit.
Yeah, I found Julian up
Probably be
there.
a lot less grumpy.
Anyway, beneath a stone you will find a
Maybe.
magical key card. This key card will unlock everything your heart desires.
Oh, well, I don't need a key for that.
And don't worry about work. Michaela said you could take an extra shift since it's your birthday.
Okay, so no leads on where the tree is. They both already know which tree it is. There is a rock near it. That's where the card is. You like baseball? Baseball, how you do? Could check the security station for her data. If we suppose her body is anywhere near the destination, if she was going for it when the incident occurred. Not even here. Or rather, not on the people assigned to the Arboretum, right? That's how this works. I need to find where she actually works. The year 2035. What's a search function? Deo's alive. Deo's in the cargo bay. I have found most of the Psychotronics crew. Yeah, survival rate is quite low. The incident is not kind. Although, right, these are alphabetized, so... I'm looking for an L, so she'll be near the top of the list. These are alphabetized by first name, for whatever reason. Eric and Evan. Elizabeth and Emanuela. Eve and Evelyn. Ed Douglas, in the guts. Lived by the guts, died by the guts. Edna. Eli. There's Al. No life signs in the Arboretum. Gravity Chief. The Chief of Gravity. Very prestigious. Elle's body is over there. I'll take the other way around, or I can make a path up this cliff. This is a body I just hadn't found. And a rock. And a prize. Storeroom A2. That's not weapons locker. Is that the one down by the bridge then? Oh, down by the stairs. One on the way to crew quarters. That you? Yes. Got there. He's still out there. Our improvised recycling friend. Hello, Lawrence Baxter. Oh, he was preparing for a romantic ambush and then succumbed to ghosts. Yes. Got all gunked up. You know, romantic ambush with a shotgun, a couple psi-hypos, bottle of champagne, bottle of space sparkling wine. It's not from the Champagne region of Mars. More playing
Good
cards.
evening, Talos. As a reminder,
Every
all
time I
personnel
see just
must
a random
complete
pile of
monthly
playing
physicals during their
cards.
stay aboard Talos 1.
'Cause it's never a full deck, it's always just like 4 cards. Members of the crew walking around with individual poker hands that they're just keeping in their pockets for later. Yeah, like someone were leaving clues at some of these deaths. Anyway, that diversion out of the way. Let myself be distracted by bridge. I don't know how large bridge is going to be. Is bridge a separate map zone? That's what would settle it. Station map. Bridge is... yes. So we'll go look at the door to the bridge, and then we'll come back to bridge proper later. See what kind of installations are here. In hallway that leads to the bridge. Looks like nothing. Just luggage. Just batteries. Alright then. So, lobby, and then back to neuromods. Yeah, there you go. There's a single deck of cards for the entire station personnel. They all have to share them. Card games can only occur by consensus of the general staff. They become a form of currency. I saw it as I was pressing the button. How many places are those going to be? How brazen are some of those going to be? Don't even have any objects to throw at this one. Oh, trash can. Couple benches. One robot corpse, which immediately dealt snapback damage to me when I threw it. The chef hasn't offered an explanation for why he's hunting us yet. I would assume he's an escaped prisoner from the volunteer wing who's successfully impersonating crew. Or he might just be a member of the crew who's gone rogue. He talked about being an enemy of the company. Yeah, there was Jeffries. Oh, it's already... yeah, it's here. It's open. Oh, hi. Friend? Oh, it's just a weeper.
Scan complete.
And it's friends.
Suit integrity damaged.
I'm gonna go back to the lobby and revisit some places, I say. And there's also a telepath here. Lobby's haunted. Do I have a route to a dispenser? Yes. Sort of. Well, no, that's a recycler. The nearest fabricator. Is it only the one in my office? Yes. That's it. Hmm. Well, have at 'em.
Indicator laboratory version 0.7.6 online.
It can be harmed by side blasts. Weird. Radiation. Telepaths deal radiation damage? Weird.
2020, 19.
That's history.
No type of material detected. Ready to scan.
Anything else, or just the main event here?
The trans 2030. Talos 1 becomes fully operational, representing a monument of private space industry. The first neuromod is released, allowing for dramatic enhancement to the human mind and body.
Wait. Who shot you? Oh, there's a second telepath. Alright, this was unnecessary. Guess I'm doing it though. Don't want to suffer the feedback.
Deploying.
Wait, hold on. What is even happening there? What was that? Is that what Weavers do? Only the second telepath I've managed to scan. That is surprising to me. Well, it's all in my bullets. But none of my beam. That does leave no remain, unless this is you. There are remains after the beam. Okay, good. Beam is there as a resort. I can count on beam to be large, loud, angry. So did that Weaver die?
Attention. Station leadership has issued an alert. All personnel should report to muster stations immediately and await further instructions.
Medical. Which is out the other side of things.
Good evening, Talos. Mr. Tucker from HR would like to remind
Debris
you
from
that
the
if your
pit
personal data has
that
changed
gets launched
since the
up
previous
here.
pay cycle, please contact him immediately. Mr. Tucker's office
There we
is on
are.
the second floor of the lobby.
Hello. Diagnosing. Looks like you've had a rough day. This won't take long. There. All better. Please fill out a patient experience questionnaire so I can serve you better next time.
So much extra material waiting to be handled. Finally time. Hacking 3. Or wrench. Wrench up. Wrench up or suit harder. Suit more? Suit more. Suit more. Inventory. Three suitcases full of cookies. Well, 2 suitcases, 1 briefcase. Jeffries, what were you doing? A baseball glove in the trash. Jeffries. What's your deal? Someone please, contact a qualified engineer. Repair is needed. Now we circle back to Neuromod Division. Destroy this DRM. Start printing off counterfeit cyberware every hour of the day. Yeah, you're noticing the stuff that I've, made decisions about during this run. Despite the rough spots, I definitely see doing a second lap in the cards, where I instead go all in on the mimic nonsense. Where I become the ghost. Door's haunted. So... Still can't open the recording room. Yeah, there's a recycler and a... Yeah, there is a fabricator in the fabrication room. Shocking, I know. Alright, well, I am still out of ammo. If that Technopath hasn't miraculously despawned, which no it hasn't, there it is. It's sitting right there. Need to first get bullets? Or try to set up to kill it with a recycler. Or... throw some canisters at it? I've already scanned that one. Don't mind me. What was that noise? Phase 1. That did chip damage. That did nothing. Nice. Oh, I have the beam! Just beam them! Yeah! Just Spent so long not thinking about the beam. Just don't get too close. Don't allow it to disrupt beam operation. Don't have a key to this office anyway. Take your medicine. Successful beams. Fred Steele, who has a key to the office. All right, good. And the fabricator's up here. All right. You have important work to do. Soon. I can go without bullets for a while. Have the beam. And I can always go out for a round of recycling to try and find even more material. Superfruit is an orange item. Maybe it fits in a quest. Even hoarding exotic material cubes for himself.
Final shot critical.
That one probably got a bit of a hop out of me. This is a locked room. That mimic was trapped in here.
Running checks. SimLab secure. Well, except for Igwe, but he'll be up all night. Speaking of up, did you see the photos of his daughter Maya?
But that's not his daughter. It's his wife.
Are you kidding me?
No, she died. Well, when Igwe was younger. It's in his records.
Christ, you've seen his records?
Yeah. During the security checks...
They didn't
looked for those
tell
red
you what
flag
exotic
signs the press
material's
is up
made
in arms
of.
about. Apparently, came home, found her dead on the floor. Aneurysm. Spend your life studying the brain. The brain takes its toll. With everything else going on at the time, with the shaming...
Christ.
You already said that, but I don't think he heard you. He's not looking at this station, that's for sure.
Alex, I figured it out. Just too late.
Graves, are you still in fabrication?
The receptor molecules, the exotic neurotransmitters, we didn't synthesize them. And There's no terrestrial source.
Graves, don't do anything drastic. You know me. You know I always have a contingency plan.
We've been shoving it into our skulls. It all comes from them. But you never...
I'm going to send someone to help you.
I need to get this out now. Oh God, but the neuromods, they can still be fabricated.
Graves, do not touch the Neuromod licenses. Do you hear me?
Maybe that mimic, like, reconstituted itself from his neuromods as he attempted an improvised, self-ectomy. What? What? Try to stop me. That would be one of the ways the incident could then proceed, if it's possible for a neuromod to, like, regenerate from its alien biomaterial. This base that has no body, just a tube. An acoustic tube. Well, if it's not already in the fabrication lab, then it cannot resist what's about to happen. Nightmare's gonna be right outside in the lobby. That's the only place in Neuromods where it fits. Well, 108 exotic matter. Gonna be held back by my metal supply. Let's see, what am I building towards with these? 6 more would give me complete wrench. Although that's just critical hits on wrench. Take the better baseline damage, and then maybe invest in gunsmithy later. Invest in gunsmithy after guns resume feeling inadequate. Can also just boost guns damage for 4. Finally, by combat focus. Maybe passive stealth will help me start fewer fights in the first place. Don't need psi aptitude. May go in on the toughness. That might provide enough meat to really matter. finally activate this.
Morgan, I found a satellite project dealing with remote psychotronic signaling. RPSS.
Four more for guns, one, and then
Spy.
that'll be the
I
end of this
think if
printing
it's proof of neural
session.
signature that matches
Yeah, we can
yours.
afford that.
Plain English, you could use it to get that new Typhon off your back. Latest tech logs show the satellite was damaged, though. You'd have to find a replacement part.
Yeah, sneak attack bonuses. Double and a half would be enough to get some real decisive hits on things, probably. Get all the skulls together. Just a small pile to buy some ammo with. Metallic objects from the immediate vicinity. Can I get a reployer in here? So I don't know if the cargo bricks have much metal in them. It'd be nice to have an in-game log of the composition of random objects. Tell you the breakdown for things that fit in your inventory. But not for scenery. Someone's probably gone ahead and documented it. But the drill is unharmed. It's a good tool. No, those were hardly worth anything. Unless another metal orb really launched out somewhere. No, that was useless. Need more furniture. There may one day be a full cleanup of Neuromod Division. Medkits also cost metal. Just bio, I can make some skin. I'll take some replacement skin. Skin suit repair kits. Just require synth. Although I also have way too many suit repair kits. Coagulant gel. Foam bolts. And the bolt caster itself. Gonna need more metal. Back to the lobby then. Interesting. How long I could have had that around. Pass through the Arboretum again on the way to deep storage, so you just check that save. Yeah, I never plundered the furniture out of HR. No card for IT Security Vault.
Good evening, Talos. Dr. Hadley Dalton will deliver a supplemental seminar on neural connectomes in the lobby training center later this week. Sounds exciting. Space is limited, so reserve your seat by emailing Dr. Dalton.
Welcome. Maybe I can help you.
Do I have an encrypted transcribe? Or is that yet to be found?
System alert. Repairs needed. Please contact a qualified engineer.
What do you know, Sellers? This guy may have known passwords at some point. We fixed that.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Just probing.
Whoops. System alert.
Why even make a Dr. Robot capable of saying oops? What good can that do? Well, here's Beth. Bio-waste. Medicinal blueprints and everything else you would expect to find in the secure medical locker. Anyone have a secret stash here? You know, your ceiling medicine?
Hello. Good to see you again, Dr. Yu.
Alright, so I guess I can't further follow up on that yet. Like, I got the decryption.
System alert. Repairs needed. Please contact a qualified engineer.
If I go back to Devries, he might have the body. Well, he might have the things on the body.
Hello. Good to see you again, Dr. Yu.
Devries was a ways off, though.
System alert. Repairs needed. Please contact a qualified engineer.
Firefighter. Just the one.
System alert. Repairs needed. Please contact a qualified engineer. System alert. Repairs needed. Please contact a qualified engineer.
Some of those other survivors are in the lobby? Really? Hmm.
System alert. Repairs needed. Please contact a qualified engineer.
tag that to help find it again once we're back up there. For now, though, revisiting hardware. Or Debris is at the top of the elevator. I could just do that. Sure. The haunted elevator. Spooky. Is that a one-off, or can that just happen anytime I ride the elevator? Is that a renewable source of phantoms? So I was already at your corpse. So what, I'm already carrying the encrypted log?
Alex! Damn it. Hold on. I'm encrypting the
Yeah,
rest
there
of
we
this.
go.
Okay. Dr. Cole already wiped the recording of Morgan's breakdown off his computer. The last copy is hidden in his office. I'm not going back. You'll have to get it yourself. ACBAC. Good luck.
Office is on the way to hardware. Yeah. That all fits together. There was a turret here ages ago. One of our first. Post-it note. I've been overlooking a bunch of post-it notes. They're very innocuous. Jason, you weren't surely already shredded by ghosts. We'd have to talk again about security. Yeah, right. This dispenser only existed to produce January.
Personnel should report to muster stations immediately and await further instructions.
Oh, he was talking about Cole's office. Not my office.
Hello, are you here for an appointment?
Good evening, Talos. We'd like to remind you that company policy requires you to log any voluntary extension of your work
Begin a
hours
test.
with the station counselor. We know that
Ackback.
acts aboard Talos 1 are exciting, but even the brightest minds need adequate rest.
System alert. Repairs needed. Please contact a qualified engineer.
Yes. Loading. Did you have a safe? You have a secret compartment.
Hello, nice to see you.
You seem frustrated. I have months that are just gone. I've been listening to the logs, reading the research, playing catch up. Do you know how many times we've had this conversation? This is the 5th time. Does it always go the same way? Not always. What does that mean? What do you think it means? Well, I think it means you should be concerned as my counselor. You left yourself a message. Would you like to listen to it? No. I think it would help. I said no, that's not me. Why do you say that? I don't know. I just know. You agreed to this. This was all your idea. Yours and Alex's. I didn't agree to any of this, all right? That Morgan is not me. I would never... Do you know what's going on in Psychotronics? Do you? If I did, I couldn't say. You know that. What do you know about the Typhon?
Radiation?
We shouldn't talk about
Here?
them. Not without your brother present. Them. You do know, you snake. How can you sit there? Morgan, take a deep breath. Here. I don't want a pill. I want this station shut down. I want Earth. Morgan. I said no! Okay. I'm going to call Alex.
Now we know. Farewell. That's the full payout for that chain? Yes. Resolved. Yeah, so now mix signals and the black box for a hardware revisit. The payout of even more neuromods. Rich, earthy neuromods. Those could go all kinds of places. Now I am big.
Scanning target. No type of material detected.
It's afraid. Now they know. Oh, okay. He'll be around. Ah, puzzle. So, Einstein, Xenon? Well, okay. Xenon's there at 54. Go turn up the texture detail so you can read the elements. S is Einstein, isn't it? Yes. Who's dripping? There's S. Number 99. Skeleton plan. Can fabricate skeletons. Finally. Synthetic bones. Printed bones. Right, the communication satellite, that's the thing that required repair 3 to get at. Sitting in a box. Nightmare is immediately back, I guess.
Files corrupted. List. Serious. Service. Servo. Scan complete. New psionic aptitude.
Power to create ghosts. Ah, the Beams and Waves lab. How can I get in there? Could I go outside and find a leak so I can repressurize the room? That would be the option. Terror field. And they just wander off when startled. They're not fighters. Get that plasma. Stealthy. Okay, I missed one. So I must need to go outside and fix the place up. Or the entire Beam and Wave lab is part of the exterior map, actually, instead of here. One or the other, we'll see.
Hello, nice to see you. Diagnosing bruising, abrasions, fatigue. Nothing life-threatening. Please hold still. This will only definitely take a moment. Good as new. You can fill out a service questionnaire at the front desk.
Perfect engagement. This fire is reaching up through the grating. The hot floor. Chem lab is in space. Ballistics lab wasn't. That's where we saw the recycler demonstration and all that. Ah, someone's been hoarding matter. Or it just fell down and rolled under the bridge. Why is this even an elevated platform? Just space things. They have fail-safe systems. Yeah, I guess I need to go outside and loop around to hopefully activate them.
Inspector, your suit integrity is compromised. Fix that. Job done. Inspector, your suit suffered some wear and tear. I'll fix that. Job done. Coming through.
Repair 3 and no other apparent option to break this open. Just repair 3.
Hello, are you here for an appointment?
Yes. Medical robot. Get over here.
Diagnosing third-degree burn. Perform detergent.
Well, no, stay
thermal tissue lattice.
where you are
Well, I'm
safe,
feeling
Dr.
better soon.
Robot.
All done. Please fill out a patient experience questionnaire so I can serve you better next time.
Yes, hopefully
Microgravity detected.
step out this airlock, turn immediately to the right, and there will be... that thing? Yeah, up there is where Beam Lab would be. And watch this be a repair 3 to get the... get the hole patched. Well, look, I don't think we're improvising this shot. Or are we? Right. I didn't have repair skill, I guess, when I came out here to get Calvino? Calvino, what work were you doing with beams or waves? I guess some waves are involved with light. A few. Beams, though? Void safe. That is a level 3 hack to force open. Six mods and 8 mods. Got some nice equipment out here. Is this how you manufacture the beams and waves? By milling them. Just grind them down. Yeah, if only we could print out another EVA pack for our friend who's outside running out of air, groping around the body of the station. Seems like it would help. Size of that inventory. Majestic. Now, no beam or wave is
Hello.
beyond our
Good to
reach.
see you again, Dr. Yu.
Well, okay, so which side was destroyed and which side lives on? That was the combustion lab, where things explode. That's neither beam or wave. No, beam's wave is ink, but somehow I... Okay, the prominence of the beam and wave lab means I didn't bother reading the second half of the sign. The exploding lab exploded. Calvino, why were you in the exploding lab? Beams and waves is over here. That's your job. You don't need explosives to make looking glass. Cube. Hello, Lane. From Beams and Waves. The door is locked for now. Test the beam. Just in case I hadn't found and repaired the other beam. Although this isn't a portable one. This is a big lab test unit. This, though. There's the portable one. The spare beam that I can immediately dismantle. Reduce it to beam bits. Doesn't harm regular organic material, only Typhon material. Skewed beam. Can't quite fit under this broken hatchway. There's no other access tube over here. No productive way into the ceiling. Yes, hello, Lane. How you doing? It's not a bad pile you got going here. Just his lab where he's in the process of building the bootleg beam. The clone beam. Intellectual property disputes in space. Oh. Beam drone. That's the box. A fighting robot. Portable beam. Okay. Sanity effect? Localized incident. Oh, that was combat focus. That's why pressing right click has made that noise in the past. How many beam cells have you been hoarding in this office? Very intensely reading documentation about robots. Do I have the material to print 6 more neuromods? Probably not. Maybe if I recycle most of the hardware bay. That pays for, or no, these are synth material, not metal. Or upgrade pit kits. 30 spare parts. Spare parts are made of metal. I could spare some of those. Skeleton kits contain some metal. Let's see what this will yield first. 1.2. Psi-hypos. 28 psi-hypos I'm not using are mostly exotic matter, but also some metal. Yeah, let's just melt those down. 12 metal, exactly enough. Alright, print them.
Coming through.
Gotta keep a lookout for post-its. Or, right, repair 3 is 8 neuromods. Looking at hacking 3 there. I need more metal. Build an engineering garbage pile. Couple reployers might do it. They have a few. Yeah, each reployer looks like it's a pretty solid brick of steel. Toolbox should be good. Do we have any tape? Storage crate. Do we have any tape decks? Any computers that can be thrown on the pile? These are probably mostly synth material since they're... the body is fabric. Fabric coating in the straps. Maintenance is now in progress. Tier 3 cargo box. That's gotta be good eats. Tough. Survivor, that one. Protected the reployer. One of them. That's confirmation that they're decent material, though. Toss in another to finish this off. Recyclers are weird. That was a lot of metal. At least got that. Mods are paid for. Slam that straight to the dome.
Operator approach.
Moon door. Alright, hello, communication satellite. How easy will this be to get to? Well, the whole outdoors is one big continuous area. That should fit. Like, unless some sections of it are kind of softly gated off by, like, enemy presence. Hazards. Barriers.
Microgravity detected.
And since this will be the only thing I wanted from the hardware lab, I want to pop back in there and be sure that I'm not missing any bits. Hardware lab seems mostly depleted. Are you moving around? Is that what's throwing me off?
Nice work. This should get the attention of that Typhon nightmare that's hunting you. I'm sending you 2 activation signals. The first will direct the Typhon away from you. The second will bring it down on you. Use your transcribe messaging system to fire them off.
Remains real weird that there's no exterior map. Well. Okay, hopefully that has canceled it and caused it to not. Just don't. Metal Bay airlock. Crew quarters hull breach. Hardware lab, airlock. Hey, crew quarters. Maybe I can glue that. Just while I'm out here. Nice. Okay, that med operator kind of cemented in my mind that the bad feel a lot of the enemies have is that they're really transparently things that are FPS enemies, like in abstract. Every creature moves to be inconvenient to point at with a cursor that is also your camera. The fact that they hover and teleport and otherwise zoop about means they don't really do anything to mitigate or mask how transparently they're okay, they're dodging you. Sports of the future. Yes, here's the rest of the habitation pods that we were cut off from due to vacuum. They do all exist. Somebody had to sleep out here closer to the hull. Although also closer to the local med bay. Helpful that. Although none of that was the whole breach of crew quarters. Those don't do that much damage. Or are there many hull breach of crew quarters that all have the same description on them? So chips. Scanning range up. Seems like it might be worth giving up basic mimic detection. Basic mimics aren't hazardous anymore. Stamina regen. Slam that in there. Zero gravity, trash recovery. No. We're done here. But at least at 0G is an environment where you can move backwards at full speed. That's something. Secret crate. Oh, was that just briefly asserting itself out from under the pile of multiple objectives? We may never know for sure. Yeah, my path back to crew quarters will be via the Arboretum.
Inspecting. Your suit integrity is compromised. Fix that. Report complete. I get all the power. Cannot reproduce the problem. Found you. Disintegrated circuit. Found new.
Hello, nice to see you. Diagnosing. Looks like you've had a rough day.
Yeah, so I'm heading back to crew quarters via the Arboretum anyway.
Please fill out a patient experience questionnaire so I can serve you better next time.
Since I have that safe combination to bring to the office. Nobody suspects a thing. No one will ever know. All these workstations. All these cubicle. Bound to be something hiding in here. Recheck everything while I'm passing by. It's one gun turret that has somehow avoided drawing any attention to itself. Tranquil, peaceful gun turret. Station keeps honking because that's what it does. It's very advanced technology. Bound to honk. Things are probably good enough at this point. I have found all but one of the hardware crew. One security guard is in the shuttle bay, dead. Pretty good. It's probably my most complete group. Don't know any of the cargo crew. Oh no, I have the entire wood crew. All wood personnel are accounted for. Haven't met many bridge crew or shuttle crew. 2 members of the Guts. If I'm willing to go back to the Guts at some point, I can have a full set of Guts. Yeah, I think I'm done here. If not absolutely, at least once more for now. Suppose that would be my reason to buy any psych skill, just to have more available slots. Take off speed charging to put psi recharge back. That's what I hit, right? Yeah. Slowly regenerate psi. Now that I actually spend psi on focus. do I return to Psychotron? Not now. A return to Psychotronics would fit in with if and when I revisit the gods. How'd you get here? The box, I understand. That's very lightweight, but you? An entire speaker? That plate over there, that's just gonna be stuck there. That has no way of getting out. Secret crate, though. How secret can it be if I know that it's 21 meters this way? Okay, it's an objective marker that's highlighted. Woodwards. There might be a good amount of scrap metal in the lobby pile. I can finish condensing it on a future pass. Can I get these into the elevator? Missed my chance to use these on the improvised explosive. No, the doors are special. They don't just open normally, so I can't sneak objects into the elevator. Benches would need to take their own charge. See what 2 benches are worth. Nothing. And that's with the perk that boosts recycling. Wherever it was. Yeah, you. 20% more stuff. I would expect that there's a soft loading zone between each of the 3 layers that main elevator goes to. And while we're up here, the rest of the lobby is inert.
Scanning target. No typhon material detected.
So, back up into the office. That's down to deep. This gravity is still offline. I'll have to use my alternate route again. Where was your safe? This one.
Once things get as bad as they probably are, your only option is to escape. Get the word out about what's happening on Talos 1. Alex has a private escape pod. It's locked up. I made a copy of the key and hid it on top of the data tower, near the chair. You know the one I'm talking about. Listen, there's more at stake this time than just us, or this station. If just one of those creatures made it back home, then we're lost. I keep having this dream. I'm just staring into the black between the stars. There's something there. I know there is.
Good evening, Talos.
I just
Mr. Tucker from HR
can't
would
see
like
it.
to remind you that if your personal data has
But it
changed
sees
since
me.
the previous pay cycle,
I can feel it.
contact him immediately.
Hate
Mr.
us.
Tucker's office is on the second floor of the lobby.
I know you know what I'm talking about. Or you will. Soon.
Yes, I was mistaken back when I spoke of this earlier. There is a legitimate regular way to get the escape pod ending. Apparently. Why would it do this? Don't put up the prompt of, hey, push button to hear audio log that you will reflexively slam always, because that means I found stuff. For these two special audio logs that aren't audio logs, but are in fact the buttons that either summon hell or disperse it. Blue Bridge is the best available technology to go look at the pod. Why do I want to look at the pod? Because it's there. Is that enough, though, to be worth it right now? Guess I'll follow this lead into crew quarters. conversation floating about regarding motivations of the Typhon. I think at this point the only text that's been put forward is that we don't know. And that as far as science has been able to discern, they don't parse humans in a way recognizable to us. They don't recognize us as existing. Oh, hey. Hey, Big. Just standing here. You live here now, Big. Good to know ya. You fit up here, Grande? I have a single banana peel. What hit me? Just physics jumping around? I backed into furniture and take 20 damage. Or it might have been blasts from Big. He's having fun out there. As far as we know, the Typhon hostility portion of this is some combination of just nest building, food seeking. They're just kind of chilling out in a way that is antithetical to having people near them, since we are compatible meat. And, you know, we've been harvesting Typhon meat and injecting it into our brains. That's probably really weird from their side of things. Neuromodded humans have got to have a really weird stank about them. They have some capacity to sense and interact with humans, per the psychic abilities. But at least as of where we're standing now in the plot, there's no Typhon has spoken in any way. They've not attempted communication. They've not asserted an agenda. They're just doing their thing. Their weird space meat thing. Just out there honking. Farewell, Big. Going upstairs. Right, yeah. This technopath is the one. Yeah, that's the voided. There are 3 Kelvin out there. Yeah, that's the one we saw from out in the Hull Breach. How would you judge the temperature of vacuum? Rays rather than particles? Ooh, fancy case. Not just an open injector on the ground. No, these are boxed. These are ready to ship. Only level 2 hacking to break open your terminal? Really, Alex? Alex, please do sports. Please lift. Alex. That picture again. Just keeps a bottle of vodka in the nightstand. Always ready. Tell me about this fear reactor. Interesting. I guess the chips is where a lot of the becoming powerful options are. Outside of the stuff you're able to buy with neuromods. Maybe more of the survivability stuff is in the chips. That would make sense to help facilitate a no neuromod run, because you would still have, like, the 2 equip slots, at least. Has a treadmill that he's just been stacking boxes on. That's good environment. Morgan. 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 It's fine. One sock. Lamp, please. Control yourself. Lamp. Unacceptable.
Once things get as bad as they probably are, your only option is to escape. Get the word out about what's happening on Talos 1. Alex has a private escape pod. It's locked up. I made a copy of the key and hid it on top of the data tower, near the chair. You know the one I'm talking about. Listen, there's more at stake this time than just us, or this station. If just one of those creatures made it back home, then we're lost. I keep having this dream. I'm just staring into the black between the stars. There's something there. I know there is. I just can't see it. But it sees me.
There's nothing in here that I'd call a data tower.
Hate us. I know you know what I'm talking about. Or you will. Soon.
Talking about Alex's room. The contents of Alex's room are one kitchen, one bathroom, one unused treadmill. Seemingly no data. Just on the nightstand? Or is the copy of the key he's talking about somewhere else entirely, and Morgan just left his escape pod key sitting there? That was under something, right? When I walked in here, there's some kind of furnishing on this nightstand. Or was it just in plain view the whole time? Ghosts. Well, that's an option now. From whichever lap of Morgan decided that getting off of the station was preferable to making sure that every atom of Typhon was destroyed, without exception. Yeah, the chair in the data tower sounds more like your office. Well, not your office, but your work site in the neuro lab, your shop. The deep here, right by the airlock.
Voice identification required. Please repeat the following words: harmonica, fortitude, antipathy, narrowness.
Harmonica, fortitude, antipathy, erroneous.
Should it work if you say the word differently than the robot presenting it as a key for you to enter? That seems like it's bad UX, because the lock is expecting you to speak a word. If it tells you something that you wouldn't associate with the word it's expecting.
Sorry, Morgan, but I have to lock you in this time. When I trashed your arming key, it was to keep you from making a huge mistake. It's too late to stick our heads in the sand. We're committed now. You should be safe in deep storage. When everything is ready, we'll meet in my office. I hope you believe me. I really am on your side. You're just not yourself.
Next time, then. The deep.
Welcome to deep storage. If Talos 1 had a subconscious, this would be it. You're looking for the central repository. That's where you stash the drive that has the plan for your arming key.
Operator dispenser, we got a ghost. Doesn't see me yet. Weird.
You ripped open a 9 in my brain. I see a horizon filled with teeth. It is coming closer. Maybe it is what you see? I'm hungry. I'm always hungry. I will wait, and you will come out. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go.
we'll take this file. And read this mail.
Every dark bit of data that moves through the station is captured here. Redundant backup servers are stored in modules that eject in the event of a catastrophic failure. The fact that they haven't yet is telling of Alex's refusal to face reality.
Interesting how many of those are just on a timer, apparently, rather than attached to going to anything, because I haven't gone to anything yet. Next time. Deep. Yeah, I'll have to find his map. It's around here somewhere. Wait, just final thing before data. Maps. I already have Zach's map. I'm looking for Show's map. That's our wizard. Yeah, map for Stab Fellow, map for Swift. And Hordenbaffle. Hordenbaffle like Dasteris. Wizards.